Hello everyone, welcome back to the Crypto Bulletin, and today we're going to look at Zilliqa and what it actually does. So first of all, this is their website. Their mission is to bring the decentralization movement to everybody. And what makes them different from other coins, such as Ethereum for example, is their sharding technology and their scalability. And now I'm going to explain a little bit about that. So they work on a proof of work system, which means miners have to solve difficult calculations to validate transactions. But before that, these transactions need to be accepted by nodes, basically acting as controllers of the network. Nodes are computers in a network that check the blockchain for false transactions, and more nodes typically increase the difficulty to reach consensus, so it means that it takes a longer time before miners can get active in the solving of these calculations. So when more people are active on the blockchain, transactions become slower. These calculations become more difficult. And Zilliqa changes that by using sharding. So imagine a mining network of 100 nodes. Zilliqa would actually divide that network into 10 groups, and these groups are called shards. So if every one of those shards contains 10 nodes, and these process 10 transactions, then together they would process 100 transactions per second, which usually would have been done by those 100 nodes. What this basically does is it changes the state of the game. When more people are active on the network, the process becomes more efficient, the transaction becomes faster rather than slower. So this is actually quite groundbreaking technology, and it explains why they are becoming more and more known. A recent test of them indicated that they had 2,488 transactions per second with a mining pool of 3,600. So that indicates that it is insanely fast. So that basically resonates with their mission to bring the decentralization movement to everybody. Important on their website is this scheme. It shows how they started and where they are planning on going. So important is that they started in January 2018 basically. Before that it was all just working on Zilliqa, getting the people together, the project started, the white paper released. But in January 2018 it all started. They've released 2 testnets since, and the results of these testnets so far are quite well. They are doing a good job, and they're actually planning on releasing it anytime now. So December has passed. They indicated it would be January, so almost there if they don't delay anything. And when that happens, we can expect a lot of news to come out. A lot of people get to know Zilliqa if the mainnet launch is successful, and that might also do something with the price, so keep that in mind. Of course, it's not financial advice, but it is useful to get ahead in the game and get some information. So yeah, it's promising, and it is also visible by news all over the world. So first of all, a bit old, but in December 18, Coinbase added Zilliqa in a bunch of nations, however not in the US, and only on Coinbase Pro. But it's a nice step in a good direction. And if other exchanges follow, that's also positive. But many exchanges already are involved in Zilliqa. Take for example Binance, you can already buy it there. So if you take a look at CoinMarketCap and to see where they are now placed on place 30, which is quite good. I mean, a few months ago they were below that, even at 40, so 10 increase by 10 is quite good. Valued at 2 cents per piece right now, having a market cap of 200 million almost. It actually looks quite decent, and they're in the green as well. So here we have an article by their CEO about blockchain games. So obviously the same as Ethereum, the same as Tron, their focus is also on decentralized apps, games, and that means that they have a head start when you look at the amount of efficiency and scalability that they have. So he says, Zilliqa is an open, high-performance, high-security blockchain platform. We aim to make decentralized blockchains the building block of future applications. It's developed through academic research and helped by a team of experienced scientists, engineers, venture creators, and leaders in the financial services. They address limitations in scalability, security, and enabling real-world usability across a variety of industries, including finance, digital advertising, and gaming. Now, this article focuses on gaming, and they explain that it could be the future, that games will move to a blockchain network, and that's mainly because of the security elements. But here they say the measures of success for a game on the blockchain network is an increasing number of active users. So if blockchains now can't even handle 1,000 active users on a daily, then it's not a good game and there's no potential for them. Currently, blockchain games are slow. The lack of immediate finality results in users waiting for their transactions to finalize, which can often take a few minutes. So you can see the games that are currently on the network now, not only the Zilliqa network, but others as well, because I believe there are none yet on the Zilliqa network, but they are not efficient, they are not scalable, and just not sustainable in general. If you look at popular games, for example, Pokemon, they mention here, you see that people actually sell special Pokemon or high-level characters in MMORPGs, and that happens a lot. There's a black market often, and that's dangerous for gamers, they say. It makes you hackable, fraud happens a lot, but also for the creator of the game, it's not a good step. It's not a good direction because they will lose revenue if people can just buy accounts rather than in-game items. So they also say that scalability again is important, and that sharding is a visible layer 1 solution that strikes a balance between decentralization, security, and scalability. And now in gaming, there will be a broader audience base as long as the games become of higher quality, and to do so, developers need to think about real value add of decentralizing their game. So in the future, we can expect definitely some games on the Zilliqa network once their mainnet has launched and once developers go there. Here we have a tweet. This was also quite recent news. Facebook is getting into the blockchain game, and people were actually linking Zilliqa with Facebook because Zilliqa obviously has very promising technology and a partnership would make sense. However, a baseless rumor, and we'd like to ask everyone to refrain from sharing information that's fake. So we can disregard that rumor. And here we have an article again by the CEO about 2018, a year in review. They say we completed the major building blocks of a sharding blockchain. We also designed and implemented Scala, so they have their own coding language called Scala. A new secure by design smart contract language. Through collaborations and partnerships, we started to onboard a range of interesting and innovative use cases across digital advertising, insurtech, digital content, and gaming. So we've seen that before. Growing from a team of 5 to over 20 has been a huge challenge, but we're glad to have grown over the year. However, 20 is still not that big if you look at typical company sizes. But then again, it's difficult in finding suitable talents. There's a huge demand for actually people who study computer science or are active in coding or have experience in that domain, especially blockchain coding. But due to the immense demand and not enough supply, it's quite hard to grow your team. That's understandable. So the biggest milestones in 2019 that they expect is the launch of our mainnet. It can happen anytime now. A highly anticipated occasion when we give our supportive community of partners and the wider industry in general access to what we've been building for the past year and demonstrate how our research can work in real life. Real life is the keyword. We aim to achieve that through supporting developers with great ideas, with grants, making strategic investments in promising companies, and accelerating partnerships with enterprises. So they indeed are focusing on growing a lot, and Zilliqa is quite a promising company. So if you're interested, I suggest you to look up Zilliqa and more information on it yourself. Keep in mind the mainnet launch that might do something with the price. And then they have also entered DApp release, so they want to actually release some DApps on the network and let people create DApps for the network. It's promising because they offer a scalability solution that no one has yet. I hope you've learned a bit more on Zilliqa. Make sure to like and subscribe, it helps the channel grow a lot. And I've also linked the Instagram and Twitter accounts in the description below. Thank you for watching. Bye.